Minister of State for Entrepreneurship and Skill Development from 2014 to 2016. Sir, with your permission, I have a small invite for you in Assamese. I don't know Assamese, but I'm going to try. So please forgive me if I'm wrong. মাননীয় শ্রী উৎসর্বন্দ সোনোৱাল ডাঙৰীয়া নমস্কাৰ গ্ৰহণ কৰিব আমাৰ এই অনুষ্ঠানটি লৈ আপোনাক স্বাগতম জনাইছো আপোনাৰ উপস্থিতি আমাৰ অনুষ্ঠানটি আৰু অধিক সাফল্যমণ্ডিত কৰি তোলিব Thank you so much sir बहुत खुश हूं मैं He will now be honored by Shri T.K. Ramachandran, Secretary, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Let's give this wonderful man a huge round of applause, people. We also have on the dais Shri T.K. Ramachandran, Secretary, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, who will be honored by Shri Sushil Kumar Singh, IAS, Chairperson, Mumbai Port Authority. Let's give him a big round of applause, people. Further, we have Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha, IAS, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, honored by Shri R. Lakshmanan, IAS, Joint Secretary, Ports, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Round of applause. We also have Shri Vijay Kumar IAS, Chairman, Inland Waterways Authority of India, honored by Shri R. Lakshmanan IAS, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Round of applause, people. And on the dais, last but not the least, we have Shri R. Lakshmanan IAS, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, who will be honored by Shri Rajesh Asati, Deputy Secretary, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Huge round of applause, people. I now request the dignitaries on the dais to start the day by lighting the lamp in our most sacred manner.
वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु.
Amongst us today, we have dignitaries from foreign consulates, and I extend my invitation with a very, very warm welcome. Honorable Consul General Ms. Monica Nagelgar from Royal Norwegian Consulate General Mumbai. I request you all to please give her a big round of applause. His Excellency Mr. Hassan Mohsin Far, Consul General from Consulate of Islamic Republic of Iran. Honorable Consul General Mr. Walter Ferreira from Consolato General d'Italia, Mumbai, Consul General of Italy in Mumbai. Honorable Deputy Consul General Mr. Thierry van Helden from the Consul General of the Kingdom of Netherlands in Mumbai. Additionally, we have consulate panels from the Japanese Consulate, the US Consulate General, and the Consulate General of Spain and Embassy of Denmark in India. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Further, we also have Mr. Madhu Nair, Chairman and MD of CSL, Captain Deepak Tiwari, CEO, MSC, Captain Binesh Kumar Tyagi, Chairman and MD of Shipping Corporation of India Limited, Mr. Sanjeev Singhal, Chairman and MD of Mazagaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, and we have Mr. Anil Devli, CEO, Indian National Ship Owners Association, and other important dignitaries. A very, very warm welcome to you all. I now request Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha, Additional Secretary, Ministry of PSW, to give us a brief of the agenda and the significance of the event. Let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
A very good morning to all of you. My voice is a little nasal because I'm not well. It's a proud privilege and absolute honor to stand before this august gathering, where we come together to discuss the transformative potential of India's maritime industry. At the outset, I welcome Honorable Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Shri Sarbananda Sonowal sir, for a very mature leadership, a thorough foresight and guidance in championing the vision of Viksit Bharat in maritime sector. I welcome Secretary Port Shipping and Waterways, Shri T.K. Ramchandran sir, for his systems improving and institution building approach and continuous motivation that enables us to take strides in achieving our ambitious targets. I warmly welcome Chairman IWI, Shri Vijay Kumar sir, Joint Secretary Shri Lakshman, my esteemed colleagues and very esteemed dignitaries from maritime sector and from the industry, and also members of media who have gathered here for deliberation. The recent budget announcements reaffirm the government's commitment to strengthen India's maritime capabilities, boosting shipbuilding, and fostering an ecosystem that supports investments, economic growth, and job creation. The objective of this workshop and the event is to communicate our vision to the industry, to instill and convey confidence about the future of the sector, and to inspire the stakeholders to play a greater role as this sector continues to grow. Therefore, the sessions today have been planned accordingly. As you may have seen in the brochure, the first session is on revamped shipbuilding financial assistance policy, SBFAP 2.0, and the proposed shipbuilding clusters. This announcement, which is a kind of policy statement now, we are still in the process of getting the detailed approval of that proposal. The budget's new measures will empower Indian shipyards, attract private investment, and incentivize production scale up in brownfield capacity expansion and greenfield capacity creation. These will enable India to achieve the maritime Amrit Kal vision of 2047, and that vision is to become within top 5 nations in the world in terms of ship owning and shipbuilding. The government will also continue to invest in skilling programs to develop a workforce that meets both domestic and global demand. This has the potential to generate thousands and lakhs of new jobs across trade skills such as welding, electrical, and mechanical works, as well as maritime engineering and design. That second session is on policy and tax reforms for maritime growth. The session will help better explain the extension given for the basic custom duty exemptions on shipbuilding and ship recycling sectors. This session will also elaborate on the application of tonnage tax policy for inland waterways. The third session is on access to low-cost long-term financing. This session will deliberate on the Maritime Development Fund that has been a long-standing demand of the maritime industry and also an important part of the vision documents of 2030 and 2047. Shipping and shipbuilding are strategic sectors that enhance India's role in global trade and create a robust ecosystem of tiers 1, 2, and 3 companies supporting various industries such as steel, manufacturing, and technology innovation. I invite all stakeholders to collaborate and seize this opportunity. Together, let us shape a future where India is not just competing, but leading in the global maritime landscape. Before I conclude, I have an important announcement to make, and a request rather, not an announcement, but a request. The Government of India is organizing a post-budget webinar on 6th of March in exactly about a week from now. The keynote address will be given by Honorable Prime Minister, sir, covering the broad theme. Our Honorable Minister will also be addressing the session. As a part of this webinar, Ministry will be hosting a sub-session. It's a day-long session, so there is one sub-session on maritime sector, comprising of panel discussion with the industry around recent shipping and maritime related union budget announcements. It is suggested that the esteemed panelists who are going to speak in the sessions today, there will be 3 sessions, there will be panelists here. So those panelists, I request them to kindly block your dates so that your participation on 6th is ensured in the webinar that will be organized. It will be a completely virtual mode. There will be no hybrid or physical mode available in that. Ministry will be sharing a formal invitation and a concept note on that. The panel discussion will be webcast for wide viewing to create awareness of the budget announcement. So I also request all the esteemed dignitaries who are present today, may not be in the panel, but they are the active participation in this today's sessions. They should also leave their email IDs and phone numbers or mobile numbers. We get in touch with you, and you also join in through the web portal. You join the platform, the webinar on that day on 6th of March. I'll be sharing the more details through email and WhatsApp messages. With these words, I again welcome everyone to the sessions today. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. I would also like to take this opportunity to extend my warm welcome to Mr. Sushil Kumar Singh, Chairperson, Mumbai Port and Kandla Port. I would also like to invite Mr. Sushant Kumar Purohit, Chairperson, VOC Port Authority, Tuticorin. Mr. Venkataramana Akkaraju, Chairman, New Mangalore Port Authority. And Mr. Sunil Mukundan, MD, IPGL. I would now like to call upon Shri T.K. Ramachandran, Secretary, Ministry of PSW, to give us an overview of the Union Budget 2025 initiatives for the maritime sector. I request you all to please welcome him with a warm round of applause.
Namaskar. Honorable Union Minister for Port Shipping and Waterways, Shri Sarbananda Sonowal. Other colleagues and dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, representatives from different countries who are here to participate in this gathering today. It's an honor to be part of this day-long workshop, and also to be simultaneously doing two other things. It's actually three birds with one stone is what we were describing it as. The first is, of course, a discussion on the budget announcements, which have generated a lot of interest in the industry. And we are happy that this is being done in Mumbai because this is the maritime capital of India. And someone told me that this is a good beginning because every budget, if it is explained to the stakeholders in a similar manner, it would be of great use. And I think this is what this event seeks to do. The second thing that is happening today is the Maitri, inauguration of the Maitri program, which is being done in collaboration with the rights. And Maitri, as you know, is the master application for international trade and regulatory interface. This is part of the IMEC. And the third aspect of today's programs is the set of series of announcements and launches, which AS also just now described. The India Maritime Week, which we are going to have in October 25, the One Nation, One Port process launch, the Sagar Ankalan rankings. I'm sure a lot of you are looking forward, some of you with bated breath. And then the formation of the Bharat Global Consortium, the launch of the NCOE GPS site, and so on. So for us in the ministry, this is not the culmination, I would say, because all our work is continuing, but it's part of the visioning process which the Honorable Prime Minister has guided us towards. As you're aware, in the Global Maritime India Summit in 2023, which was again held in this city, the Honorable Prime Minister launched the Vision 2047, the Amritkal Vision 2047, and in which there are a series of action points, initiatives, interventions which have been delineated. And a vision needs to be followed by a strategic roadmap, and the strategic roadmap with an action plan, with milestones, with schedules, activities, interventions, and then a monitoring framework. So in our strategic management framework, all these are part. And therefore, what we have done is implement that vision which the Honorable Prime Minister has given for the ministry. And the guidance of the Honorable Minister in the execution of this vision has been extremely supportive, useful. In fact, he's been hands-on. Every day there is a meeting, there is a VC, there is a review. And today, what we are trying to do is all these events that are being held, all the promises that are being fulfilled, is part of that overall framework. So let me take the budget announcements first, which are very important. I was talking to some industry stakeholders and they were telling us that ये तो हम 15 साल से हम लोग ये इसका इंतजार कर रहे हैं. The Maritime Development Fund of 25,000 crores, the declaration of shipping as an infrastructure sector, the revamping of the shipbuilding financial assistance policy, the 2.0, and then finally the declaration of shipbuilding clusters to be taken up in different states across the country, both greenfield and brownfield. So we have been working on all of them for the last 1 year. Let me assure you, we work very hard, and we have had a lot of consultations across the board. We've had groups looking at specific issues in each of these, and it's exhilarating to say the least that the efforts have borne fruit, and today we are all sitting here to discuss the budget announcements and how we can take them forward. So I'm sure with the guidance of the Honorable Minister and with support from all of you, we will be able to do that. in not no small measure, but I think in a substantial and measure. And the time frame for that is about 4-5 years, and I think we should be able to deliver within that time frame. The second set of activities, as you are aware, is the events that have been that are being launched today. Many of them pertain to the vision statement. So this one nation, one port process, for instance, we are of course talking here of the major ports, and the major ports are basically government controlled ports, and we had this issue where stakeholders told us that each port has a different process, and therefore a ship coming in, a vessel coming in, has to face these multiple processes at each port. By going in for this one nation, one port process, what we hope is that the ease of doing business will improve, and things will become much faster than they have been. And Sagar Ankalan rankings are important because they will tell us which port is doing how well. The Bharat Global Consortium is again a brainchild of the Honorable Prime Minister's vision. The idea is that we have the IPGL working in Iran, working in Bangladesh, in Sitwe, in Myanmar, and so on. So could we come up with a standard procedure, process, framework, institutional mechanism for IPGL and a team to go around operating terminals across the world? And so that is the consortium, and so on. The thing that we would like to tell you is that the Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways has been working very hard over the last few years, and a lot of achievements have taken place. It will take me half an hour just to list out these achievements, whether it is increasing the capex, whether it is increasing the port capacity to 2,600 million tons per annum, and the cargo throughput, both in the ports as well as in the waterways, as well as in coastal shipping, and the increase in the capex to about 8,000 crores from what it was a few years back. This year we have a target of 11,000 crores, and so on. And the number of PPPs going up to several thousand crores, I think 26,000 crores or something, and 81,000 in the final, in terms of investments. New ports like Vadavan, Galathia Bay, several new projects, terminals, digitalization, green shipping. I mean, the list is endless. And therefore, I think these are some of the most exciting times for the port shipping industry. And those of the stakeholders who are here with us, I'm sure will agree that there is in this something for everyone. There is something for ports and terminals. There is something for the shipbuilders, the ship owners, the waterways, development agencies, the cruise operators, the cargo generators, the financiers, the insurer, the people who are into insurance, the seafarer community. I mean, it's across the board. There is not one single item that we have missed out. If there is any, you please tell me, and I'm sure we'll add that. And we have teams across the ministry, 25 different teams working on each of these themes, whether it is cruise or green or IT or ports or lands and estates, industrialization, SEZs, shipping, shipbuilding, ship financing. I mean, everything we have in vertical working on them. And there is a Sanskrit saying which I'd like to recollect at this point of time, which goes like this: Udyamena hi siddhyante karyani na manorathaihi nahi suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhe mrigaha. So I think the meaning is clear. Udyamena is hard work. So Udyamena hi siddhyante. So hard work is, only hard work leads to result. Karyani na manorathaihi, not just by thinking aloud or just by dreaming. So manorath se nahi hota hai. Just as nahi suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhem mrigaha. A lion sitting in its den cannot hope that deer will enter into its mouth. It has to go and hunt. So that is the beautiful Sanskrit shloka that I like to end with. Of course, I'd like to congratulate and thank the team here for setting up the Mumbai port, of course, the JNPA, and of course, my colleagues in the ministry for organizing this function so well. And I'm sure at the end of the day, we will have many more suggestions and much more work to do. And best wishes to all of you. Please help us in taking shipping to a global level. We want to be number 10 by 2030, number 5 by 2047, which is a very stiff target, but I'm sure with your assistance, we will be able to achieve not just this target, but many other targets that we've set for ourselves. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. That was such a motivating speech for the morning. To talk about the initiatives and launches undertaken by the ministry, I would now like to hand over the podium to Shri R. Lakshmanan, Joint Secretary Ports, Ministry of PSW. A big round of applause, people.
Thank you, Shweta. So now we come to the segment where we have a set of initiatives that are being either announced or launched by the Honorable Minister today. So the first item today that all of us are like eagerly awaiting is the announcement of the India Maritime Week. So this has been very successful in the past editions. So we are looking at the 4th edition. And within this, there will be multiple co-located events. And the flagship event being the Global Maritime India Summit, which is going for the 4th edition now. And the 2nd edition of Sagar Manthan, which the ministry started last year, that has also received the Great Oceans Dialogue, which is well appreciated and well received by the global community. So now I would request Honorable Minister to press the remote and launch the India Maritime Week.
Followed by the 2021 virtual edition that expanded to over 100 nations. The 2023 summit marked a significant milestone, hosting 297 international companies and 50 CEOs, featuring delegations from over 50 countries and securing commitments exceeding rupees 10 lakh crore. Building on the success of these past events, India Maritime Week 2025 promises to be an even grander spectacle, bigger and better than ever before. This landmark event aims to enhance global trade, captivate international interest, and establish a cutting-edge platform for innovation and pivotal political dialogues. The India Maritime Week 2025 is coming from 27th to 31st October in Mumbai. Join us for the India Maritime Week 2025 and be a part of shaping the future of the maritime industry.
So this event is going to happen in Mumbai in the last week of October. So we expect to work with the industry and the other countries to put together this event. Moving on, so we have the next item in this series, which is One Nation, One Port process. As respected secretary explained in his address, so this is an initiative which looks at optimizing the port processes and bringing in ease of doing business and reducing the logistic cost. So now I would request the Honorable Minister to press a remote and launch this initiative.
A transformative era is unfolding in India's maritime sector, driven by efficiency and excellence. Our ports serve as vital gateways for trade, crucial for economic growth. However, to fully harness their potential, we must address the complexities of handling diverse cargo. For years, inconsistencies in processes and documentations across ports have led to higher costs, supply chain disruptions, and delays. Under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways is addressing these challenges with the introduction of One Nation, One Port process initiative. This groundbreaking initiative aims to standardize documentation and processes, eliminate inefficiencies, and promote continuous optimization. As a first step, Ministry has standardized documentation flow across major ports with 3 key stakeholders. That has already led to around 30% reduction in documentation. Aligned with the Maritime Amrit Kal Vision 2047, One Nation, One Port process will strengthen India's position in global trade. It represents a commitment to consistency, transparency, and efficiency, fortifying the backbone of nation's economic growth. Together, we are shaping the future of our ports and enhancing India's competitiveness on the global stage.
Thank you. Now I would request the Honorable Minister to unveil the book on One Nation, One Port process, which contains the details of documents for different processes, which has been standardized across ports. So the book contains the details which would be widely circulated. Thank you. Moving on, now we have the much awaited the port rankings, which was initiated by the ministry. This is called Sagar Ankalan, by which we are coming up with the first national port ranking, the logistic port performance rankings. So would request the Honorable Minister to press the remote and launch the rankings. This is the first ranking in the country that's being done for the ports.
India's maritime sector is making waves globally, driven by strategic initiatives like the PM Gati Shakti and the Maritime Amrit Kal Vision 2047. These efforts have propelled India's rank in the international shipments. Capitalizing on this momentum, the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways proudly announces the launch of the Logistics Port Performance Index for financial year 2023-24 under the Sagar Ankalan guidelines. Introduced in 2024, the Sagar Ankalan guidelines set a new benchmark for evaluating port performance across the nation, encompassing both major and non-major ports. These guidelines established a framework for interport comparison based on operational efficiency parameters, ensuring comprehensive evaluation. As we unveil the first LPPI under the Sagar Ankalan guidelines, we are not just assessing performance. We are paving the way for Indian ports to lead in global maritime excellence. The Logistics Port Performance Index marks a significant step in increasing competitiveness, reinforcing India's commitment to becoming a global maritime powerhouse.
Thank you. Now, I would request the Honorable Minister to unveil the ranking book, which has the details of the ranking. It's okay. Sir. Thank you, sir. Moving on, now we have the awards to be given to the top performing ports in different categories. So we start with the bulk category, ports handling more than 5 million tons cargo. So the third rank goes to JSW, Jaigarh Port. Would invite Mr. Rinkesh Roy to come and collect the certificate. The second rank Thank you. In the second place is Deen Dayal Port. Would invite Mr. Sushil Kumar Singh on behalf of Deen Dayal Port to come and collect the certificate. So in this category, in number one place is Paradeep Port. Would invite Mr. Nilabra Das to come and collect the certificate on behalf of Paradeep Port. Thank you. Now we move to the next category, which is bulk ports handling less than 5 million tons cargo. So in number 3 is Reddy Port. I would invite Captain Anand to come and collect the award on behalf of the port. In the second place is Diggy Ports, part of the Adani Group. Would invite Shri Kapil to come and collect the certificate on behalf of Diggy Port. Thank you. And in number one position is JSW Revadanda Port, would again invite Mr. Rinkesh Roy to collect the award. Thank you. Now we move on to the container ports. Ports handling more than 0.5 million TEU. In this category, in the third position is BOC Chidambaram Port. Would invite Mr. Sushanta Prohit to come and collect the award on behalf of the port. In number 2 position is Kamaraj Port. Would invite Ms. Irene Cynthia to come and collect the award on behalf of the port. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Ms. Irene. In number 1 position is Jawaharlal Nehru Port. Put your hands together for Mr. Girish to collect the award on behalf of the port. So the last category is container ports handling less than 0.5 million TEU. In third position is Kakinada Port. Put your hands together for Captain Jacob, who will come and collect the award on behalf of the port. In the second place is New Mangalore Port. Would invite Sri Venkataramana to come and collect the award on behalf of the port. In this category, in the first place is Deen Dayal Port. Would invite Sri Sushil Kumar Singh to come and collect the award on behalf of the port. Thank you, sir. Moving on to the next item, which is the launch of Bharat Global Ports Consortium. So I would request the minister to press the remote and launch the consortium.
In an era where global trade defines economic success, 3 organizations under the aegis of Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways have forged an alliance to elevate India's maritime vision on the international stage. Introducing the Bharat Global Consortium between India Ports Global Limited, Indian Port Rail and Ropeway Corporation Limited, and Sagarmala Development Company Limited to set new benchmarks in the international port development. With IPGL as a lead partner, this consortium will be managing and operationalizing ports worldwide. From dedicated management to global cooperation, this unified approach will enhance connectivity and facilitate international trade. IPRCL brings its expertise in constructing state-of-the-art civil infrastructures, ensuring robust and efficient port terminals. Meanwhile, SDCL's innovative financial strategies are powering these ambitious projects, driving private sector involvement and securing the investments needed for these developments. This consortium aims to actively identify and undertake international projects that promise to redefine the standards of trade and commerce. Join us on this journey as we build the future of global maritime infrastructure, fostering economic growth and enhancing supply chain resilience. India Ports Global Limited, Indian Port Rail and Ropeway Corporation Limited, and Sagarmala Development Company Limited. Together, we are stronger, smarter, and resilient. Join us in shaping the future.
Thank you. Now I would invite the MDs of all the three companies, MD of IPGL, Mr. Mukundan, MD of SDCL, Mr. Dilip Kumar Gupta, and MD of IPRCL, Manoj Kumar Semwa, to come and exchange the MOU. Taking presence in some of the countries. So this consortium would take that initiative further. Moving on, now I would request the Honorable Minister to press the remote and launch the website of the National Center for Excellence for Green Ports and Green Shipping. This is an initiative of the ministry along with Terry.
The upcoming NCO EGPS portal will serve as a key platform for advancing decarbonization in India's maritime sector. It will showcase eco-friendly shipping solutions and promote sustainable port practices. This launch marks a significant step towards fostering a global community committed to greener and more efficient shipping. Let's get started. Open your browser and type green-port-shipping.org in the address bar. Press enter and you will see the homepage of Green Port Shipping. After opening the website, users can go to the Login tab and click on Create an account if not already registered. Just fill in your details and you are ready to explore. As you scroll through the homepage, the website highlights 6 of its key focus areas: green ports, green hydrogen, biofuels, advocacy of green ports and shipping, adoption of wind power and solar power. The map of India depicts the location of 12 major Indian ports and their actions taken to turn carbon neutral. The highlights showcase various initiatives taken and policy frameworks by the government to promote sustainability in India's maritime sector. A dedicated month-wise section for events keeps users updated on upcoming conferences, training programs, and industry discussions. Now let us take a quick tour of the website's key tabs. Right at the top, we have the About Us tab, where you will find more about National Center for Green Ports and Shipping, an overview of its role and mission. Structure, a look at how the organization is set up, including the external committee members. Activities, ongoing projects to make ports greener, opportunities, and the FAQ section, which is your go-to tab for all the doubts that you may have. Just beside the About Us, you will find the Resources tab, which includes books, feature articles, green practices, policies and regulations, reports, and research papers. Here, robust search facility is available to search these documents. For example, by typing India transforming to a net zero emissions energy system in the search bar, you can find a report by Shell and Terry. Moving on to the Media tab, this section includes news, where you can scroll through the latest developments in green
moving on,
and press releases.
We can switch to the next one. So thank you. So moving on, we have the last item, which is a launch of the logo of Maitri. As has been explained by the previous speakers, this is an initiative as a part of the IMEC corridor. which is a very critical part of the establishment of the virtual trade corridor. And today we are launching the logo as well as the concept of Maitri. And there is a detailed stakeholder workshop which is happening parallelly. So now I would request the Honorable Minister to press the remote and unveil the logo of Maitri, followed by a short film on Maitri. Sir.
Thank you very much, Lakshman sir, for these amazing inputs. Let's give him a huge round of applause. And now for the August moment of the day. I now request the Honorable Union Minister, Ministry of PSW, Shri Sarbananda Sonowal, to come up and give us an insight on the government support for maritime development. Let's welcome him with a warm, warm round of applause, people.
Namaskar. Today we are sitting in the event of post-budget workshop. This particular event is very meaningful for every stakeholders involved in the maritime sector of the country. And आज की इस वर्कशॉप में स्थित हमारी मंत्रालय की सचिव के रामचंद्रन जी, IWAI की अध्यक्ष विजय जी, एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी राजेश सिन्हा जी, जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी लक्ष्मणन जी और इस सभागृह में उपस्थित हमारी सारी पोर्ट की अध्यक्षगण, उप अध्यक्षगण और हमारी शिपिंग कॉर्पोरेशन इंडिया, कोचिन शिपयार्ड लिमिटेड, जितना भी हमारी संस्था है, सभी संस्थाओं की मुखियागण और हमारी इस सभागृह में उपस्थित माननीय शिप बिल्डर्स, all other respected stakeholders. Today is a very auspicious day in Maharashtra. Last year, Cabinet approved the conferment of classical status to the rich and ancient language of Maharashtra, Marathi. And today I am proud that today is a proud occasion for all of us as we celebrate Marathi Bhasha Gaurav Din. I take this opportunity to wish all the Maharashtrians on this auspicious occasion. मातृभाषा हमारी सबके लिए अति प्रिय है. माँ की गोद में जो भाषा हमें जीवन में पहली सुनने के लिए मिलती है, सीखने के लिए मिलती है, वही मातृभाषा है. उसकी महानता, उसकी सुंदरता किसी का साथ तुलना नहीं की जाती. भक्ति भावनाओं से जिस भाषाओं का साथ हम जुड़ रही है, उसी का महत्व है मातृभाषा. I have a small write-up. I am not a good reader, but you will have to bear with me. And today, I am especially firmly believe that all the participants, with full of their dedication, you are here. Because we are together building this particular industry and this particular sector, whether it is maritime trade, maritime like industry, maritime innovation, all kind of maritime relationship, in all aspects, we have a big role to play. And under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, in the last 10 years, whatever success story we have all equally created, that is amazing. The last 10 years, whatever this ministry could able to perform, it is because of your wholehearted support. मैं आपका ही गुणगान कर रहा हूं, आप सब बैठे हैं. And Honorable Prime Minister's vision, it has helped us to stand up and to put our best possible effort as directed by him. And whatever policy and program initiated in the last 10 years in this particular sector, because of the timely and quality implementation of the project, and I believe today we could able to dream bigger. And we have set our target very clear. Honorable Prime Minister has always been saying that reform, perform and transform. And that too with speed and scale. So that standard, that quality, that momentum will have to maintain in our every step of proceeding. तो इसलिए मैं मानता हूं कि अगले दिनों के लिए जो भी लक्ष्य तय की गई है, मैरीटाइम विजन 2030 हो, मैरीटाइम अमृतकाल विजन 2047, इस लक्ष्य प्राप्ति के लिए हम सब एक साथ जुड़ेंगे, जो रहे हैं और मजबूती से जुड़ेंगे। परम आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा है कि तीसरे कार्यकाल में 3 गुना हम काम करेंगे। पहले 2 कार्यकाल में 2 गुना, अब 3 गुना, यानी कि विकास की गति को तेज से आगे बढ़ाने के लिए हम सब अधिक परिश्रम करेंगे, अधिक मेहनत करेंगे। और इसके लिए इस बार बजट में जो सुविधा उपलब्ध की गई है, हमारी परम आदरणीय वित्त मंत्री जी ने जो हमें मौका दी है, पहली बार के लिए बड़े शिप बिल्डिंग को इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की स्टेटस दी गई है। ये हमारे लिए सुनहरा मौका है, यानी कि हमारी 10 साल की यात्रा सफल रहे और इसका स्वीकृति मिल रहा है। आप लोगों की मेहनत, आप लोगों के मेहनत की वजह से यह संभव हुई है। और जैसे रामाचंद्र जी ने कहा, 2030 तक हम टॉप 10 शिप बिल्डर में एक बनेंगे, है ना? और 2047 में विल बी वन ऑफ द टॉप 5 शिप बिल्डर इन द वर्ल्ड। तो इसके लिए आज बजट में जो पाथ ब्रेकिंग अनाउंसमेंट की गई है, इसको हम जमीनी हकीकत से जोड़ने के लिए हम सबको सही समय पर सही कदम उठाना होगा। तो मुझे लगता है कि सरकार की तरफ से उन्होंने, परम आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने मन बना लिया है कि जितना हो सके हम आपको सपोर्ट करेंगे, बाकी आपका काम है। तो इसलिए आपने दुनिया देखी है, दुनिया की कौन कौन सा देश शिप बिल्डिंग में, शिप रिपेयर्स में, अलग अलग कंटेनर्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में और इस जहाज उद्योग को सबसे बेहतर बनाने के लिए क्या क्या सुविधा उपलब्ध करना चाहिए, कैसे कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी इनकॉर्पोरेट करना चाहिए, कैसे कैसे इसमें विजन यानी कि सोच हम इसमें उपलब्ध करना चाहिए, जोड़ना चाहिए। ये सारी चीजों को समझते हुए हमें भी हिंदुस्तान में ऐसा एक इकोसिस्टम बनानी होंगी ताकि दुनिया का बेहतर से बेहतर जो भी बड़े लीडिंग मैरीटाइम नेशन है उनको भी लगने लगे अब हमारे से बेहतर हो गया हिंदुस्तान, भारत। तो दुनिया का ध्यान आकर्षित करने के लिए हमें ये माहौल यहां खड़ा करनी होगी। तो मैं चाहूंगा कि आप सब उसी दिशा पर, हम सब एक साथ उसी दिशा पर काम करें। मैं हृदय से आप लोगों को बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूं। ये पीपीपी जो नीति अपनाया गया है अपने इस उद्योग जगत को बढ़ावा देने के लिए, चाहे पोर्टलेट इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन हो, पोर्टलेट कनेक्टिविटी हो, मॉडर्नाइजेशन, मैकेनाइजेशन, डिजिटाइजेशन, and also of let AI connection with our faster growth of our entire journey. This is the way we'll have to stand up as per the demanding situation of the globe, as per the challenges we are to overcome. So I believe that level of thought process we could create within ourselves by way of this kind of event. Supposing today in this workshop, whatever invaluable suggestion and out of your global experiences and whatever challenges you have been foreseeing, whatever kind of difficulties you have been seeing, everything will have to be brought to the book so that we could all realize that what next better step to be taken. So I believe that is the level of attainment is very much required for all of us. I'll read out small numbers of words, so please stand with me. It's truly a pleasure to be here today among so many champions of India's maritime sector, shipbuilding industry leaders, shipyard association, shipbuilding accessory makers, shipbreakers, ship recycler, policy makers, innovators, stakeholders who share a common goal, making India a global maritime powerhouse. Let me begin by acknowledging the incredible journey we have taken over the last decades. Our port have expanded, our turnaround times have helped, our global ranking have improved, and our inland waterways are finally being put to the use they deserve. This transformation has not happened overnight. It is the result of bold reforms, targeted investment, and most importantly, the collective efforts of all of you present here today. Under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, India is sailing towards a Viksit Bharat, ensuring that our ports, shipping, and waterways become the backbone of a thriving economy. The Union Budget 2025 has put the maritime sector at the forefront of India's growth story. Maritime Development Fund, the 25,000 crores Maritime Development Fund, is a game changer. It will provide long-term financing, encourage private investment, and modernize our ports and shipping infrastructure. Infrastructure is attached to large ship. The recognition of large ship as infrastructure will unlock new avenue for financing, making it easier for businesses to invest in shipbuilding and coastal trade. Shipbuilding financial assistance policy. And let's not forget the revamp of this policy, which will level the playing field for our shipyard, helping them compete with global giant. Shipbuilding cluster. Now, let's talk about shipbuilding cluster, a vision we are actively pursuing. This cluster will not only make India a hub for ship construction, but will also create thousands of jobs, bring in new technologies, and strengthen our global competitiveness. Extension of basic custom duty exemption. To further boost this industry, we have extended custom duty exemption on shipbuilding inputs for another 10 years. Imagine the cost saving and the ease this will bring to manufacturer. But here is the real opportunity that I want to highlight. Inland water transport. For years, we have underutilized our river. Tonnage tax regime for inland vessel. The extension of the tonnage tax regime to inland vessel is a major step in making river transport more attractive and viable for businesses. With the collaborative approach, we can revolutionize logistics, reduce freight cost, and create an eco-friendly alternative to road and rail transport. Under the reforms I am particularly excited about is One Nation, One Port process. For too long, each port had its own way of doing things. Too much paperwork, too many inefficiencies. But we are changing that. We have already reduced container operation document by 33% and bulk cargo document by 29%. This is just the beginning. Our aim is to make port operation smoother, faster, and more transparent across the country. Let's not forget efficiency. With the launch of Sagar Ankalan, our logistic port performance index will now benchmark all ports in India based on global standard. This will push every port to be more competitive, more efficient, and more accountable. On the global front, India is stepping up. The Bharat Port Global Consortium will expand our maritime footprint internationally, strengthening our trade resilience and ensuring that India is not just a participant but a leader in global shipping and port operation. And now, something revolutionary, Maitri. This is not just another digital initiative. It will radically change international trade. With mutual recognition of clearances, AI-driven transparency, and blockchain security, Maitri will cut down delays, remove bureaucratic hurdles, and make India an easier place to do business. The private sector should fully leverage this platform. It's designed to help businesses grow and expand seamlessly. The year 2025 will also mark the launch of India Maritime Week, biannual global maritime gathering that will be one of the largest in the whole world. In 2016, our visionary Prime Minister inaugurating the first ever Maritime India Summit to bring global investment to India's maritime sector. Since then, two more such global investment summits have had a larger impact and greater outreach. In 2021 and 23, the Honorable Prime Minister's vision and ambition for India's maritime sector were codified into the Maritime India Vision 2030 and Maritime Amritkal Vision 2047. The last 2023 Maritime Amritkal Vision edition show investment opportunities for over 10 lakhs crore and potential of 15 lakhs job in the coming years. Taking forwards the incredible momentum, I announced that starting in 2025, India will celebrate its Maritime Virasat, Maritime Vikas, in the form of India Maritime Week. Further, in 2024, the Ministry, in partnership with the Observer Research Foundation, launched the Sagar Manthan, the Great Ocean Dialogue, as an annual dialogue to center stage India as the global venue for all strategic maritime conversation. Cruise Bharat mission was launched in 2024 to boost country's tremendous potential for cruise tourism. A national shipbuilding mission for mission mode approach is under development. The government is setting the stage, but we need the private sector to step up, invest in shipbuilding, invest in inland waterways, invest in port modernization. There is immense potential, and we are committed to ensuring that you have the right policies, the right financing, and the right environment to thrive. Vadavan and Galatia Bay Port project are a great example of how private participation will transform infrastructure. Built under PPP mode, they will redefine India's maritime capabilities. Friends, India's blue economy is not just about ships and ports. It's about job, trade, sustainability, and economic growth. We are not just aiming to be a top 10 shipbuilding nation by 2030. We are aiming to create an ecosystem that is world-class, efficient, and future-ready. This is the way we'll have to grow. We'll have to move. And I am confident that everyone sitting in this particular hall are capable enough to carry this particular agenda forward with credibility, commitment, and achievement. है ना आपका पास कोई ability? तो मैं आज आप सबको फिर से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं और आज आप लोग जो सरसा में आप लोग अपनी बात रखेंगे ये हमारे लिए एक गाइडिंग प्रिंसिपल बनेगा, गाइडिंग फोर्स भी बनेगा, क्योंकि आपके अनुभव, आपकी उपलब्धि ये हमारे लिए एक बहुत बड़ा शक्ति का आधार होता है और ये दिशा भी देता है दुनिया को जीतने के लिए, दुनिया में चैंपियन बनने के लिए, चैंपियन ऑफ चैंपियन बनने के लिए भारत को क्या क्या करना जरूरी है। तो इस विषय पर आप दुनिया देखी है, आप कह सकते हैं कहां क्या है, क्या कमजोरी है, लेकिन हमें अपनी सारी व्यवस्था में कहीं भी कोई कमजोरी नजर नहीं आना चाहिए। इतना कॉम्पैक्ट और इतना कंसोलिडेट और इतना मजबूत जो दुनिया हमसे अपेक्षा करते हैं। भारत rising star in this maritime trade, maritime world, and I believe India will have to play key role, pivotal role, and that is the expectation of the global family. In many occasions, I have seen under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Ministers, wherever he is going to address different kind of issues, everywhere the India is commanding a highest level of respect and expectation. दुनिया का उम्मीद बन चुका है, हिंदुस्तान, भारत तरक्की कर सकता है और भारत ही दुनिया की हर समस्या का हल निकाल सकता है। वो शक्ति भारत में है, इसलिए भारत को महाभारत कहा जाता है। महाशक्तिशाली ये भारत, सब विषय पर हमारा जो शक्ति बसा हुआ है हजारों साल से, सदियों से, ये शक्ति को हमको समझना होगा और शक्ति को सही उपयोग करना होगा। तो मुझे लगता है इसी भावनाओं से हम इस मैरीटाइम इंडस्ट्री में जुड़े हुए हर व्यक्ति, प्राइवेट, पब्लिक, सब हम एक साथ टीम इंडिया की स्पिरिट से हम लगे रहे। मेरा मानना है प्राइम मिनिस्टर जी ने जो भी हमारे लिए सपना रचना की है, इस हम सपने को साकार कर पाएंगे। इसी शब्दों का साथ आई एम रियली थैंकफुल टू ऑल ऑफ यू प्रेजेंट हियर टुडे एंड आई विश यू ए वेरी फ्रूटफुल टुडे फॉर बेटर टुमारो। भारत, आत्मनिर्भर भारत। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Thank you very much for this most inspiring and motivating speech, sir. I would like to now present to you that we would be having the networking break and tea break right now, but unfortunately, we do not have 30 minutes to spare, so requesting you all to please be back by 15 minutes. For the media, we will be having the media interaction in the Lotus Hall downstairs. So requesting all personals involved in the media to please go and start your setup there. But requesting the rest of you to please come back in the next 15 minutes. So save 12:45. Yeah, 12:45 works. Thank you very much. Tea is outside, served. See you soon for the session 1. Thank you.